Flat Earth British. You want to have a look. 22 pina colada, half a pound of muesli. What do you think, Brian Cockless? I want to go to the toilet. I don't appear to have any volume there. Very fucking peculiar. 2 secs, guys. Apparently no. Okay, I have. Okay, awesome. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Squirrel. I thank all of you, in fact. Hi, Leslie. Hi, John Roberts. Minnie. Hi, Johnny Cycle. Like Johnny Cycle. Awesome name. Gather round, people. Gather round. Hey, Angus. I'm glad to see you all. All good peeps, definitely. So, we're on a Wednesday night on the 10th of the 1st, 2018. Or so they say. So we're going to have a little vlog, hopefully a chilled out affair, but I dare say it's going to be a lot of information condensed into a small window of time, because I don't think I have a lot of time here. So what I'm going to do, we've got a guest I'm going to just drop a link out to now, Gary John. Now, Gary is the organizer of the Flat Earthers Convention, which is up and coming in April in Birmingham in the UK. Now, this is in April, so that is 2 minutes away, really, isn't it? You know how time works. The spring is, so it's on us. It's on us. So Gary's going to come and give us some information, keep us up to speed. I'm not fully up to speed myself, so this is going to be informative to all of us. So, and after that, if you hang around, basically, I'm just going to show you some of the discoveries of the day and what I've been up to. All brain mind-blowing stuff, guys. The thing is, gather around this spring, guys, because I'm not joking. Every time you click that Flat Earth British button and watch my videos, I'm going to blow your minds every day. And I shit you not, guys. What you got coming, be excited. It's not no ordinary thing going down. So I'm just going to drop Gary a link out. I hope everyone's been awesome today. Everything's quite epic, isn't it? But it's like the flat earth, so literally it's epic. Like, as in the title, we got this link. Hopefully that's fine. Pop through again. History in the making. Now, I won't, because I'm a flat earther, and it's got flat earthers in the title. Everything is obviously historic because this has never happened before. I'm to persuade you to come to Birmingham, Mary. You've got a lift. Be awesome. Lisa can pick you up on the way through on the M4. Can't she? So try and wiggle out of that one. Good day to you, D. Blessings and Nettie. Good day to you. Kathy, how you love? Long time. And Angus. Okay. Now, Gary will be joining us shortly. He's going to give us some info. He's not going to stay for long because he got to bounce. He got another show on, apparently at 10 over in Nathan's. So he's going to be off. And then I'm just going to take over proceedings and just show you some stuff. I'm not going to really, like, you know, massively mind damage you this vlog, guys. I'll just give you a little few hypotheses of what I've been up to today. Because I couldn't make content because I've been like, well, I couldn't make videos all day. I had an hour one already out, so I'm like, okay, I'll research. But because I got like chronic OCD, I went on a mad laminating binge, and I laminated a load of artworks, PDC and the like, a load of flat Earth maps, and flat Earth stuff to basically help flat Earthness along, and flat Earth flyers, loads of flyers. Good idea, isn't it? So I'll be doing them en masse and these as well. Flyers. Got the printer up and working for the spring for Operation Wake Up the Plane. I got a country here of Wales, little country of 3.5 million people, and I only get half a dozen Welsh on my comment stream. I got like Dave, Mary. Don't worry. One day we'll wake them all up, guys. So let me just check if Daddy's going to come. Hi, Rebecca. Hope to see you too. Hope to see you too. Apparently, I don't know what's going on really, to be honest with you. Gary's going to come and fill us in now. There's been some developments. I don't know if there's changes. I don't know what. So it's all going to be quite interesting. And he'll be there in 5 minutes. That's awesome, Dawson. Okay. So, yeah, I've been really busy today, guys. I've been on a research binge as I usually do, but I do this 24-hour. I basically what's happened is I've had like about a dozen different whammy moments on different subjects. I've like penned them all down, and I'm like, well, which one do I approach first? Well, they're all pretty brain mashing, so I'm just gonna bring them all out, tie them all in together because they're all under, flat Earth, and basically get forward with it into the spring. It's like April's really quick. It'll be soon. We got daffodils coming up outside, guys. It was a lovely day in Wales today. Hi, Mike. Good to see you. Beautiful warm sunshine, but apparently it's not going to last. Wasn't it a lovely day today, Mary, in Wales? And we got the Netherlands in. Everyone from all across our beautiful plain. Well, while we're waiting for Gary, I'll give you an idea. Right, I hope you can hear me okay, guys, because this will be appealing to most of the people in my chat feed here, because most of the people who come to Flat Earth British, I've noticed, are overwhelmingly cool fucking people. I don't get a lot of head fucked haters in my streams. Have you noticed? Hey, Gar. Gazinski. It's going to be Springer. I can't fucking wait. So, I'm on matches. Brace yourself. Gary will be here now. Go placidly amongst the noise and haste. Remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible without surrender. Be on all good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly. Even the dull and the ignorant, they too have their story to tell. Avoid loud and vexatious persons. They are vexatious to your spirit. If you compare yourself to others, you may become vain or bitter, for there will always be greater than yourself. Your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. Possession in changing fortunes in time. Exercise caution in business affairs. The world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you from the virtue that there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection, neither be cynical about love. For in the face of all adultery and disenchantment, it is perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of years, O people. Gracefully surrender the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. But do not distress yourself in dark imaginings. Many fears are born out of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond the wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no lesser than the trees and the stars. You have the right to be here, whether or not it is clear to you. No doubt, the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be. Wherever your labours and aspirations are, in the noisy confusions of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham, drudgery and broken dreams, it's still a beautiful place to be. Be cheerful, strive to be happy. There you are. Bit of advice, the Desiderata. Now, I try to live my life like that, guys. I actually, in circumstances of life, like when I got someone robbing after me or stuff like that, I will run them words through my mind. How to be placid, how to just basically be real and just be yourself. Can't really lose that way, guys, because if you're just bullshitting your way through existence, you're always going to come unstuck, Always going to come unstuck. You're always going to be tripped up, or you're always going to expose yourself. Something will always fuck you over. So the only way to do it is just be true. Do it, whatever. Just go with the flow. Like I said, guys, the flat earth is taking us somewhere. I'm excited to see where. I don't think the governments are very happy about it all, though. My mother had the television on earlier, guys, right? And 3 adverts, one after the other, heavy glow programming. The first one, it was basically a black and white sort of advert from the old days. A rocket takes off, and within 10 seconds, it's in apparent space with a curve. Followed by the next advert, which was a spaceman in a classroom floating around tables. I shit you not. This is the adverts in Britain. And the third one along, I was like, you see this, mother? Do you think this is not deliberate? Glow programming. She's like, yeah. Every single advert. No. Hey, Patricia. Good day to you. Have anyone seen Antonio's latest video? If it's concerning his tete-a-tete with Flat Earth arsehole, I think everyone should grow up at the end of the day. It's like, I'm not saying Flat Earth arsehole is not up to speed with things, but honest to God, people do be doing this stuff for a long time and it gets old. It really does. We're ahead. We haven't really got to worry, if you ask me. Numbers is where it's at. Everything else is superficial bullshit, guys. Arguing about maps when we don't know sizes and what's missing is pathetic. So what we want to do is just focus on waking up numbers en masse, and that is basically where the powers crumble, because the power is with the people. We've all been lied to about everything. Nothing is right. The history's faked. They told us we were on a spinning fucking ball, most of us believed, most of our lives, and everything else. Government fear programs. Take your pick, guys. Take your pick. There's a million to choose from. I had someone in my comments yesterday all doom and glooming, and all the essence of was the television, guys. The television. Every single bit of it is television. What you've heard out there, the whole famous saying, have you heard what they're saying? Who are they? Who are they? They is fucking television, where everyone adheres to. So, yeah, Gary said I'm going to be here shortly. A funny old day, guys, I must admit. I've enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, it's just been weird. Good evening to you, Markowski. Peace to you, my brother. I hope I'm your catching because everything's going to get crazy from here on in. I know where I've basically been building up. I'm building up, but all is for a reason, because basically it's going to get exciting. Honestly. This is going to be exciting around here in the spring. We've got, what's that? Who is the guy between your broadcast, Martin? That would be Gary, if he's here.
Can you hear me, Martin?
Yes. Gary, you've got volume, brother. Let me shut you off, man.
Can you hear me okay?
Not hearing you, Gary, brother. Not hearing you. Not hearing you, my man. Not hearing you. Your volume's up full on my thing. Are you on your phone?
Yeah, but I'm
not coming through, Gary.
Oh, okay. I will come out and go back in.
No volume. It's coming through on the meter here. It's coming back then. Right, I've had some. Let me tell you, keep you up to speed with Flat Earth British things. See what you think, guys, because I share all my things with you. It's like we're all one big family. So basically, I'll just teach you up. I had a television company get in contact with me, Persia, as in Iran. And they're based in London, and they said the Persian world is highly interested in the flat Earth. I'm like, oh, really? And it's basically written into their, their religious texts, and they have an interest in it. So I'm quite interested in that, actually, guys, because that's maybe 1 billion people right there, don't you think? So see what happens. Anyway, that's on the horizon. Good day to you on this, Steve Fowler. You can hear him. Fucking Gary, come back. I can't hear him.
Okay, I'm going to try again. Can you hear me, Martin?
That would be pointless if I can't hear him, wouldn't it? So we'll be able to hear what he say. They say they can hear you, Gar.
Okay, well,
Why am I not hearing you? That is weird. Speak again, Gar.
Hello, can anyone hear me? This is Gary coming on to the Hangout with Martin.
That's just too spooky.
Could the chat please confirm to Martin that they can hear me?
Well, I can hear you coming out now, Gar. Yeah.
You can.
How are you, brother?
How are you, Martin?
How are you? Good to see you. Welcome to Flat Earth British.
Yeah, first time ever, so it's unique.
Yeah, man. So welcome. I'm glad to have you on here. So what's the score? What's happening? It's a very exciting time. I do remind people, because this is a good big facet to me, is the historical aspect. As far as I know, for the independent flat earthers, this is the first time they've ever had a gathering. So when this is like documented in the future, Gary, you're the organizer of a historical event.
Yeah, if it goes well. Yeah, if it's
It will.
if it's a success, then it's Dee Dee and I, and if it's a failure, then it's Dee Dee. So I will give her the can to carry. So, and she's not here to defend herself; she's on leave tonight. So I can use her name in vain.
So what's been happening is, I know there's been one or two developments. I realise poor old Ira Landucci has broken his knee, so send many healing vibes to him. But he should heal quick. He's a flat earther. So better know later. Definitely. Yeah, so that's a bit sad. But so what's been happening, Gav? Keep us up to speed. Tell my peeps, because not a lot of the people who come to Flat Earth British are new to my channel. I've got like almost 1,000 new people come to my channel in the last month, so not all of them are all up to speed what happens here. I'm new to a lot of them, and they're not aware of this awesome convention that's happening. And obviously it's the big one, the first of its type in the world, was last year in America. And now in Britain, we're going to have a go now. Let's do it British style. See what happens. So, Gary?
Okay, well, we're 108 days away, which is getting really scary for us, because once upon a time it was like 6 months, and now all of a sudden it's like 3.5 months. There is one change that we've made, Martin, that I might as well announce now on your channel, is that today we've added a COMBI ticket, which is basically the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday. And what we've done, we combined the prices of the weekend and the Friday, but then reduced it by £5 to give people an incentive. And the reason why we've done it is mainly because people are buying the weekend ticket, but they seem to be a bit confused if it includes Friday or not. So what we've done to make it really super clear is to add an additional ticket, which is COMBI. So just to recap, it's the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday, during the day, obviously weekend and Friday evening. And the website's been revamped, reference to ticketing, just to make it a little bit clearer to what was in there in the past. So if at some point, Martin, you have a look and see if you agree.
Yeah, awesome. So that's encompasses the whole 3 days, people, yeah?
Yeah, it was just, I think what it is, when I was talking to what's happened in the past, I've been dealing with the web team, and it's like pulling teeth. I mean, it took me from July up to September to actually get organised with them and with the hotel, and it just delayed it to the point that it wasn't a panic, because obviously we had all this time to go to April, but before you know it, you're starting to think, we're running out of months here. Yeah, and at this moment, Dee Dee and I, we're actually going, as you know, you may be coming up to join us. We're going to the hotel next Friday and staying there Saturday morning to check everything out, talk to the web people, not the web, sorry, the live streaming people, and Dorje's coming down, so that's going to be exciting, and have a meeting with the hotel, because we're trying to do our groundwork. But what seems to be a bit of a shame, I will have to add, is that Dee Dee and I are actually paying for this out of our own pocket, and it's probably costing us between us about £450 because Dee Dee's coming from Belgium, and we're getting attacked, as you know, from people saying that we're trying to rip people off.
It's been a hell of a journey so far. Most of the problems we've had have come from eternally. That bugs me. That really bugs me. I'm not saying we haven't had support. We have, but it's because of the nature of the beast, and I know what everyone thinks. I think the same myself. I'm a flat earther, but I would like for people to have a little more faith. I really would, Darren, and support us a bit more, because we have had a bit of a, tension, in the beginning. It seems to be better now. It's clearer now. But yeah, it's been awkward.
Well, one thing is though, Martin, if I can just add 2 points, is like you said about internally. I actually was saying to Patricia on her show back in, I think it was in June, that I honestly thought that we were going to have, I was going to have a load of globe people actually attacking me. I didn't even imagine at the time that it was going to be flat earthers.
All flat earthers.
But at the same time, this is the frustration, is the flat earthers, it's almost like, this is bizarre, what I'm going to say to you, but we all see it, is that we are looking at globe people and saying that their eyes are closed and that they're not looking at the big picture. And I'm exactly saying that against a lot of flat earth people, because what they've done, they've not understood me. They don't know who I am. They haven't looked at the website, but they're criticizing me. What I basically am saying is, judge me on my efforts. So if Dee Dee and I do the convention and it's a failure, or we do it and it's okay, or people feel ripped off, or it's a failure, then condemn me. But do not condemn us now. I mean, surely, I mean, isn't that no different to how a globe earther thinks?
No, it is. It is. It's, you bang on, Gary. Everything you just said. Yeah. And if it goes tits up, okay. And then you're going to, you know, put your hands up and say, okay, that didn't go down well, but give us a chance in the first place.
I know.
Yeah, quite right.
Yeah, it's frustrating, I must admit. But hey ho, I think what's happened is we've had to have a thick skin. But the biggest thing of all, though, Martin, is that I am taking a massive financial risk here, and it's a bigger risk now today than it was 3 months ago, because obviously I didn't know where we were and what it was going to cost. And just so the people that are listening to your chat room and people listening, the actual budget is around about £32,000 for everything. 4,000 of that almost is for the live streaming alone. And it doesn't matter if I sell 5 tickets for live streaming or 100 tickets or 200 tickets or 500 tickets. Up to 200 tickets, I'm breaking even at that point. But if I only sell, say, 100 tickets, I'm £2,000 out of pocket just on the live streaming. If I happen to be, say, £2,000 out on the hotel and or getting the speakers there and anything else, that's £4,000. So when people are saying, I don't want people to be ripped off, the only bugger that's going to be ripped off is me.
Well, not really. You give it to the you're doing it for your feedback. You are. That's what's happening. You're like, financially, you're going to take a thumb. So you're not going to like sit there, get depressed. Oh my God, I've lost money. You're going to be like, well, actually, you know, we did it for the greater good, which is what's happening now. But at the end of the day, how many out of the whole experience, how many will wait? How many will wait? Thousands, maybe God knows. At the time, this coming up to it after, it's going to get attention, guy. After. It will be a lot of attention. It's going to wake people up. Okay. Yeah, it will. And the people who are going to speak are going to be responsible. They're going to be clear. And I'm going to speak personally. I'm not going to be dealing with unicorns. I'm going to be dealing with realities. Reality is it's flat. You know, there's 1,000 things. Right now, I could just hit you out with, you know, gyros don't drift to, you know, water don't curve to, you know, we got 100 different reasons why we know this is right. We don't have to beat ourselves up about it. We just want to share the knowledge, make people aware of how easy it was to be deceived. And it's easy to be deceived. Sometimes I kick myself down. I can't believe that I never saw it. I suppose all of us feel the same, because I was always a really keen eye, you know, for, you know, I never missed a trick, you know, I was like, and it was always bugging me, you know, something's not quite right. What is it? And then when that turns up, I knew straight away that was it. For my whole life, I knew that was it, that moment.
Can I? There's 2 things, Martin. First thing is, when I saw Mark Sargent's Split Earth Blues in August 2015, as soon as I started watching it, I thought, okay, this seems to be, I don't know, there's something about it that seems right. And I got to the end of the 2 hours, and I thought, wow, I think I'm a flat earther. And I also thought, and I said to Sarah Christina about it, I said, you know, yesterday, I think it was, that I actually knew at that moment that my life was going to change. And I didn't know how, you know, I just thought it was going to change.
When you just said that, Gary, I was thinking now this morning, how, right, after being flat earth British, how would I ever be able to go back to the zombie world? Knowing what I know, the way I've lived my life and what I've done, how could I ever go back to the Matrix and eat that steak? It's never going to be able to happen. Not that I ever want to, but I'm just saying, it's, you know, we're living in the beast state. You can't live without it, hand to mouth. So, you know, it's so awkward for myself being, you know, stepped up against them now. That I'm in this position now where, you know, it's dubious for myself, but I don't really actually care, because I'm not in it for me. I'm in it for everybody else. Shared experience, guy. This is a beautiful thing to me, you know. I think this is absolutely awesome. Awesome thing you've managed to do. It's like that film, The Field of Dreams. Build it, and he will come. And they do. And that's how reality works, guy. You know, all of the things, the buildings, every building you see was from an idea, every invention from an idea, a conception. They don't just appear on the ether. Well, it might, but you know, it's like what you've done. You've got to conceive things to make them go forward. And if some people think that conventions are not the way, well, I'm afraid you're not going to be waking millions of people up just bugging them on YouTube. It's not how it's going to work. We've got to get out there. We've got to try other things. My next door but one neighbour, Gary, he's really clever, but he hasn't got a computer. He's 55. He's not internet savvy. So I hit him up with flat earth. He's like, whoa. And his girlfriend, he's like, whoa. a lot of people are not online. See, so there's all that as well that needs to be told. So that you can't put all our eggs in one basket. People are doing activism, great, on the street, yes, good. But it needs to be broader. It needs to be broader. We need to play their games. We need to use their tools against them. We need to wake people up en masse. And I've said it since the very beginning. Then all answers come. Possible full exploration. Try and find out the actual sizes of these land masses that we're living on, because nobody actually really knows. So all these answers will actually come. But first, wake up the masses. Bug academia, quackademia to death. They will have to speak to us, Gary. They will have to answer us on all the flat earthers have got different questions, haven't they? And all of them need to be addressed.
But the thing is, though, Martin, I actually look on what I'm doing, and Dee Dee, and obviously you and everyone else. This is how I look on it: is that you've got the likes of Laura Brooker, who does the camping, which I think is brilliant, because that will get around the country, and it makes it very attractive and very affordable, and it's fun camping. You then get what Dale is looking at doing.
That's good.
Yeah, and he's going to go down south, and he's going to work his way down. And he's going to work down south and go across the West Country, come back up to Scotland.
Sure. I'll take one or two.
But then what you've got is the conventions. And what I think, and this is only in my opinion, is that the likes of what Laura and Dale's doing is it's quite bizarre, actually. You got almost what Laura's doing is attracting the people that are in the flat Earth. What Dale's doing is the people that are in flat Earth and people that are in the certain areas where they can maybe get a few people on the fence or the globe people to the meeting rooms. And then you've got the convention where predominantly the people at the convention will be predominantly flat earthers. So you've got that range. So you've got the people at the bottom end. When I say bottom, I don't mean bottom as in dismissing it. I'm about one end of this aspect. But what will happen is every single part plays a role. But when it comes to the actual media and the science community and people who are going to take notice, I think you probably need the convention, because the convention, where you get 275 people, they've got people coming in from different countries, it has a lot of weight behind it. But you also need what Dale's doing. You also need what doing the likes of Laura. You've got the hangouts that you're doing. But the thing is, if we carry on doing what we keep doing, I once heard a story that if you're aiming for dartboard and you've got 20 at the top and you need 19, but you keep on aiming for the top, you're not going to hit where you need. So you can't keep doing the same thing. So, okay, let's say that we do the convention, and let's say it doesn't quite work and it needs to be tweaked. Then we tweak it. If it works out that the convention isn't the way forward, we may not have learnt that without doing the convention. So it's a stepping stone. Or it may be the best thing we've ever done. I don't know. But I was willing to put my neck on the block to try.
Well, I feel good about it. I feel it'd be the best thing that's happened, guys. Especially this little island. Think about it. And it is historical, and it will grab attention. People are going to look at it. And like you say, if they're looking in, what type of people are these flat earthers? Are they just nut jobs with silver foil on their hats? Or are they just, normal looking, okay, really nice people that have actually got something really interesting to say that we should listen to? Maybe that's what they'll think. And I think that's what happened, Gary. Really, because
can I just say though, the interview or the hangout, that I had with Jamie the other day, and they were asking questions, and that's fair enough. But the way I look at it is, people who want to turn up, it's like going into a bookshop. You go into a bookshop, you walk out, you haven't bought anything. Well, you go into a bookshop, you buy 2 books, and you only aim to go in and buy 1 book. Is that you give the people the opportunity? You put the bookstore on the shop on the high street, and people either go into the shop or they will not. All I'm doing is doing the equivalent, that I'm offering a convention. Obviously, I've got the likes of you and Iru and Leslie Dave and different people coming, and people then have got a choice. Do they want to come or not? My options of actually going for the meal packages, like the delegate rate, that was something I chose on this occasion, whereas in future we may do like a festival, or we may do different
this holiday weekend. I would like festivals. I would like a flat stock. I've got like some ideas. I've got a DJ, I've got bands. They're just looking for some land gap.
I'll contact Pink Floyd and Coldplay, see if they'll come down. And
Roger Waters is Welsh. I might be in with a shot, and he's a flat earther.
No, is he really?
Yeah, well, he mentioned the firmament back a month ago on an interview, and his new concert set up. He's got basically, he's heavily Illuminati, and he's attacked Donald Trump personally. You know, and he's got this track called Picture This with terrible language, and a big picture comes up with Donald Trump, and everyone cheers while he got horns like the devil. So he's doing that narrative. And he's slightly lacing it with what I think is flat Earth. I think they're all going that way, guy. I think they're going to be forced to. You know, people are into, like, if you're superficial, like globe people, they were like fads. They like rages, like skateboards or Rubik's cubes. Some people will approach it like that, as well, I'll just look into it because everybody around me is peer pressure.
Sure.
But it will happen. There is aspects of that I've witnessed in the last 3 years. People have dipped their toes in and said, "Oh, I was a flat earther," and no, I'm not. See, that's no such thing. Once you know, you cannot turn the clock back. So people who say that are not really looked into it, and it's the penny's dropped. Like, they basically, I don't know how that happens. I don't know how anyone can realize this, and then say that they don't believe it. That makes no sense. That's weird. That's weird to my head. Once this massive, shift happens, this paradigm spiritual shift happens, you can't undo it. You can't undo this frequency. So that's really strange to my mind.
Can I ask you that? Why is it, though? I have come across the odd person, and I've probably come across, in 2.5 years, I've probably come across 2 people, or 3 maybe. One face-to-face at funny enough, it was actually at the meet that we did in Cardiff. Is it Nora's boyfriend?
Tim.
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
He
Christian.
He used to be a flat earther, then he wasn't. And then there's 2 people online who said they used to be. And I don't know if they were like tongue in cheek. I don't know, but it's like literally out of the thousands I've come across, 3 have said that they've gone back, and the other 2 are only been like messaging, like, probably on like like a thread. But you wonder if they're just playing you or not.
They're playing. In Tim's case, yeah, he was a flat earther. He went to the Oxford meet in 2015. We had a great day. But I think he does it to wind us up, because when he comes out with his globe defensive things, which we know are nonsensical, he will come out with them, and he's a really clever boy. So he will realise that it's nonsensical what he says, and he will come out with nonsensical stuff to back up his nonsensicalness, which makes him more silly. So no, he's not really a globe believer. I think he's a flat earther being awkward, because he doesn't want to acquiesce to the flat earth way of life, which is being real and clean.
That's fair enough. Each their own.
Each their own. It takes time, guys. This is not easy. This is not easy realm. This is not easy on the mind for a lot of people. A lot of people are not prepared for this. I've noticed it. I've seen people break, I've seen people cry. I've seen people like they've had a religious awakening, I've seen people like that. I've seen everything, all spectrums with this awakening.
Can I say there's 3 things that have majorly happened 4, I suppose. One is obviously looking at the whole system, where you see, like you said about the TV, and looking at the finances and how people operate, and you just think this like an absolute scam. But it's the actual years. I used to watch a lot of TV. I don't watch any now. If I put on the TV, it's a rare day, I will not pay for a TV license. 1, I don't have good signal, and 2, I watch about an hour a week, and that's it. If I can't even remember. And I used to, like, at Christmas, I used to literally glue myself in front of the box. I don't think I put it on once. I'm too busy on the PC or doing things. The second point is, I absolutely believe that in evolution, and over the years I slowly went from agnostic to an atheist, and now I've got to the point where I think, okay, I think that you've got to throw that out. And I used to believe wholeheartedly in UFOs, and now I can't even watch it. If I happen to be watching TV and there's a documentary come on about aliens, I turn it off. I can't. I'd rather pull my fingernails out than watch it, because it just doesn't feel right, and I won't entertain it. It's not because somebody else in flat Earth has said it, and I think, that's a good point, I won't now because they don't. No, it just doesn't feel right in my core.
I know, Kat. When I put Google Earth on and it comes on with a ball, I feel exactly the same. I'm like, oh, I can't even.
Yeah. But isn't it funny though, the transition? But the other thing is, this is the bit that I'm really interested in, is you get some people that would not, like, like Nathan Akeley, he has the debates with
he's on now.
Anthony, and obviously Chris is backing him up, and you got all the different glow people. Some people not accept it no matter what. I actually accepted it 2 seconds into watching it, and other people are slow boil. It takes a bit of time to actually get there. So the question is, what had happened? Because I was saying to somebody about it yesterday that I may have just about to click on Mark Sargent's Flight of Clues. If I'd have got called to go off and do something, and then before I know it, I would have come back to the PC at, say, midnight, turn off the PC, and not have watched that, when would I have actually got back into it again? Was that my slot, my chance? And could it have taken me another year before I'd have got into it? Because I must admit, I actually feel that I'm still new in Flat Earth, but I also feel that I'm not new because I've been in it 2.5 years. I know some people have only been in it 2 weeks. So all of a sudden, I'm a little bit of an old hand compared to some people. Right. But we've all got to start somewhere. But the thing is, why is it some people take it straight away? It must be because they either got an open mind, or they were just ready, or they were looking for something. I just happened to be randomly flicking through YouTube, and I'd love to know the thing I watched just before I saw Mark's Clues, because I was just curious to how did I jump there? How did I get there?
I know what I looked. I remember the exact day as well. And it's the same situation as you. I was looking for a coast-to-coast episode with Whitley Strieber that I wanted to listen to again. And it came up. And that was it. And I clicked it. And I never thought, my first thought was not, oh, that's ridiculous. I thought, well, maybe. I don't know, do I? Let's have a look. Let's have a listen. And then, then I got a bit deeper after about 2 weeks, and then 6 weeks. I don't even think it took that long, a month maybe. I wanted to shout it from the rooftops.
You say that, though. I actually spoke to my nephew, he works for me as well, and I literally watched it one day, probably let it digest for a few days. On the third day, I was working with him, and I said, you won't believe the videos I've been watching. It's about the Flat Earth. And he was like querying it and asking questions, which I couldn't really answer. And then he came back the next day after talking to his wife, and it's almost like I just killed somebody. He was not just dismissive, he was angry. And it's almost like I'd actually somehow criticized him of something really major that was going to really cause him a lot of embarrassment. And it's like, I just said, guess what? I'm a flat earther. And it wasn't just the fact that he wouldn't accept it. It was the anger that I couldn't get my head around. And I have witnessed that a few times, but it's a lot easier now, because when you're strong and you're thicker skin and you've got counter arguments, or you just dismiss it, you just walk away. So I find it bizarre. I just like to know, why is it that, I've heard rumours that, is it the type of blood that we've got? Is it the way that we've been?
Well, there might be an element of truth with that. I've got a sister that's got our age, and she's evil. She could be Mark Kane, all I know. No, I think it's something deeper. They understand that guy, your cousin, or he must be clever. He realizes deeper implications, and for himself, people have got more invested in the globe than others, Gary. They're not willing to let go. They may realize deep-seated in their soul, oh Christ, this might be right, and I'm going to get angry to protect what I know and it's like people in religion, because this globe nonsense, and basically the education system and science is actually a religion. It's based on all belief systems. How can you teach kids about the moon landings in a classroom when you won't give them the proofs that this never happened? Just, this is cast down, and they do it with everything. So they're lying. So they're lying. They're lying. They're indoctrinating. So it's a religion. It's what's going on. When you break that religion, you will have the same if somebody pulls the plug on Jesus or one of the other deities. They will get angry and fight you. I've had it. I've had people come to my door angry. Will you stop saying the earth is flat? No, I will not. I have got. It's weird. It's weird because it's a spiritual war we are in. It's the war of hearts and minds. We have to win their minds. We have to explain the truth to them and what's going on. And this is a grand deception, bigger than anything. It's encompassing. It's our souls. It's for the future. To me, Gary, we're in a 1,000-year reset system, and basically it sort of gets reset, and what we're going to need to do karmically is get it right. Okay, and people are not. They have literally wrecked this plane. Okay, and they're still doing it, and they are attached to this parasitical satanic system, and they're not willing to quite let go just yet. They're going to have to let go sooner or later, because he hasn't got anything that can offer us. He's taking us away from who we truly are, the creator. What they're robbing us from is our true human potential to be able to create our realities. Nothing less, Gary. This is so huge. When they're trying to dismantle that because they're on the dark side. That's the end of it, Gary. That's the end of it. Anyone's against this, as far as I'm concerned, and it's not biased, it's because it's a spiritual war, is if they're not willing to accept it or look into it without evil or visceral or attacks, then I see him as on the dark side. And that's the end of it. And it's like the Matrix guy. That when he's walking through the streets and they're all looking at him and he's like, do you see the lady with the red dress? You know that bit in the Matrix? Well, everybody reacts to him because they know he's outside of the Matrix. They want to hurt him. Don't look at him. Don't, so it's very akin to that. Very akin to that in our reality. They realise we've unplugged because we act differently. We are different. We're not fucking scared anymore. We're not scared anymore. That's it. We've woken up to the government dialectics. We're not going to accept any of it anymore. We want sovereignty. We want to be masters of our own destiny. We're going to get it back. And this is a stepping stone to it, to me, Gary. Beautiful way to do it is numbers, attention. Yeah. What are we going to do? Just set all up in an 8-berth tent in the middle of a field, and that's it. We're going to work out. We're going to get numbers, attention, and that's the plane we're living on, and that's the way it's going to work. No other way about it.
One thing I'll say to them, Martin, because obviously a lot of people were saying it, and I actually kind of agree with them. I think 2018 is going to be a big year. I think, in a way, 17 was a stepping stone, but 18 is the year.
18, Gary. I think this is a definite, okay? But the 3 6s add to 8. 6 and 6 and 6 add, plus add to 18. So I'm thinking that this year is going to be a significant year for the crossroads of humanity. Point is here, I would say. I'm not saying it's like, make a break for humanity, people not start being good, but I reckon it is, guy. I reckon people really just need to start treating one another with respect, because we're starting to work out how reality works, and the way we're dishing one another, and people selling drugs and hurting one another with that to make money, all of that got to go. The way the whole thing's set up, and it's pushed by the governments, Gav. The governments make this happen. These people on the streets doing all of these, the whole organised crime network that is ravaging the city streets of Britain is actually organised by the powers. It's a dialectic. They want people unhappy, they want people dying, and they want them ill. They want them to come into them for help, and they want to do it again. It's a vicious circle for so many people, and they need to get out of it. They need to realise the truth.
Can I say, I heard the other day, or read, that a lot of the drugs in America were introduced by the CIA. I mean, how true that is, I don't know, but it's fun.
No, they shipped it, Dad. No, they're shipping it. Gary, I'll give you a book. I'll actually put in your emails, okay? The CIA in Coco with the border, yeah. Yeah, it's all well documented and well known. Reagan was involved with it. There's been all presidents involved with CIA trafficking. They're all gangsters, Gary. Nothing is on the street without their say so. If it's independent, they will come down on them with the full weight of the law. Did we say you could sell that? Are you one of our bitches? This is how it works, Scott. This is how it works. It's just a nightmare society, and where do you think that's going to end up in the future? Another 20 years, where do you think that's going to end up? With the automation, the feminization, the androgenization, everybody going to be chipped, no freedoms. God knows, another 10 years. What, VR? Probably. Robots. So we got Sophia now. She's looking almost human. Another 10 years. You will not tell them apart from a human being. And they will be the police, because if you're going to hurt them, it won't matter. It's not a human being. So they'll have police. So they're going to have Robocop. That's next. That's right here. That's right on the next thing that's going to happen within 5-10 years. Definitely, 100%. So all of these things are coming, and this reality is going to not be very funny for a lot of. If you're a good person inside, and you like a wholesome, good life and sharing life, and you're loving, you're not going to really enjoy that. You're not going to enjoy that at all. You want your kids to live it either. So this is what I do here, guys. This is what I think's happening. It's a spiritual war. It's a spiritual war. How could we have ever believed we were on a spinning ball when it's obviously flat? Nobody's ever seen it. It's obviously flat. Your soul knows you're not spinning. I had this woman from a paper contact me once. I said, do you realise that they've never actually ever registered the movement of Earth? She said, what? She said, no. I said, look into Sagnac, look into Michelson and Morley. I said, look into Aries failure. I'll send you the PDFs. Have a look. It's never been detected, look. There's no proof that the Earth is spinning. It's non-detectable, even if it was. And it's not spinning, yet they tell everyone it is. She said, what? So they don't teach you this in school, do they? I said, no, they don't. So this is where it's a religion, because they won't teach you that sort of facts. They don't teach you Aries failure and Michael Slamori in a school classroom. No, they tell you the unit is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, and that is it. That's religion, isn't it? That's just puritanical religion. Extreme. To me, it's my mind. Now, so where's it?
I must admit, if you could somehow go back into school and you could actually sit in on, even say for a week, you just sit in on a classroom, and they don't change their class, as in they almost don't see you there. It's almost like you've got like a security camera in there, but obviously not for owners' reasons, but just literally just to look at the content of what the teachers are teaching. It would just be farcical. You know, you just know that. And they dumb down in America as an example. I mean, the dumbing down of the academics, so-called academics, they're clueless. I mean, have you ever seen, is it Jay Leno? I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
he does a lot of YouTube. You know, there's a lot of things on YouTube where he's actually got to Americans. He's asking them basic questions, and I can't remember them today because it was about a month ago I saw them. But they're absolutely, it's entertaining. But when you get past the entertainment side of it and you actually look at the root of it and how limited a lot of these people are, they actually think that Africa is part of I can't remember if it's the way around, but it's almost like, is Paris part of?
It's not just America.
Or it's like outside of America. They haven't got a clue of that, and it's just.
I seen a 16-year-old girl in Berlin. They said to her, the newsread guy, this guy said to this girl, a 16-year-old in Berlin, "Do you know who Adolf Hitler is?" She said, "I'm sorry, I do not know." They don't tell him in school because he's kept out of the curriculum, and no one really, they don't know. So even like little things like that, the average teenager in Germany will not know. They're dumbed down like that to that extent. It's just, and they keep this so superficial and bullshit. I don't mean the flat earth, this has got deeper context, but I mean, you know, the mainstream internet is so rubbish, isn't it? It's just, I can't believe what people are into. It's just so boring, it's unbelievable.
You say that, I mean, can I just say to you, I was actually talking to my son-in-law about 4 months ago, and to give you an example, he's obviously known I've been a flat earth for a long time, and we were just talking about flat earth, and he's got an open mind, you know, he's not against it, but he's on the fence, and I quite, you know, I welcome that.
Okay.
And I got him to look at a video, and I said, right, what do you see? And it was basically, do you ever see the one where they're allegedly on the moon, and there's the one where you can actually see the horizon in his visor, and you can also see the horizon in the distance as in the camera, you know, the actual shot.
No, not really.
So it basically meant that the actual moon was only probably the size of a football pitch. I said, right, tell me what you see. And he said, oh, I don't know. And he was like open-minded, but he didn't see it. I had to like point it out to him. So I think what happens, you get to that point that your eyes are shut. You may have an open mind, but your eyes are shut. And like, for instance, there may be something that a lot of people, some of the, you know, content providers on YouTube are really, really good at, like Darren, as an example. He can dissect and pick apart something. And I think, wow, I couldn't have done that. I wouldn't have seen half of what he's come up with. Yeah. And that's why, like, for instance, and this is something I want to just bring up that I know is you know, a friend of, you know, both of us, is Patricia. Some people will attack Patricia because she does a radio interview. But you need the radio interviewers. You need the scientists. You need the people getting out there doing the street activism. You need the people that are doing content. You know, they're trying to dig into doing research. You need every single person. It's like a shop. If you had a shop but you don't have the security to unlock in the mornings, nobody's getting in.
Yeah, we want to cover all aspects of the spectrum. Yeah,
and I just find that there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of like, oh, he's only doing that. She's like, I mean, it's like the old office cleaner, isn't it? The office cleaner and the managing director, both out sick for a week. Who would you miss the first? Well, the cleaner isn't getting everything ready for the next day. The director, you know, the managing director, is actually looking at long-term projects, trying to make sure the business got work for next year. But you need every single person doing their own thing. What I was going to say to you as well about 2018 being a big year, it could easily drift into 19 because things take a bit longer than sometimes you first envisage. But I do think that if we are still, by the end of 2020, we're still here, that we're still fighting and it's hard and we're not really getting very far, I think we need to probably have to change our approach. Whatever that approach is, I think we'd have to completely reinvent the wheel. Whatever that is, I think we would have to. If you think about it, we've got 3 years between now and the end of 2020. if we don't crack that that means I'd have been in it 5 years plus, and if we're still like struggling like we are. So I do think that this year is a big one because it's right in the middle of the 5-year period for me from when I started.
Yeah.
And the conventions in America, here, and allegedly in Australia, but I haven't seen much evidence of that. I do think they're going to help, and with the likes of Dale doing his thing and Laura Brooker doing her thing, and all the hangouts that are happening, all the street activism that's going on around, got to really push and push and push. But we've got to
we need to push. Enough divisiveness now. We need to start pushing. This is what needs to happen. We need to get like you say, everyone doing their bit. You know, each person stood up and, you know, took their responsibility, and, you know, to try and, you know, get the people together and make this happen. And yeah, if each person, you know, covers their own, you know, their own field and gets this push forward, and divisiveness, if anyone could like see divisiveness for a change for what it is, please, and keep away from it, because it's not good for what's going to be happening, and it's not good for the future either. So that's it. Just push, keep on pushing. Definitely, Gary, 100% with you. I've been trying my best to push this from the very beginning, not to let it slack, not to let it get entrenched. You know, when you said, like you say, 3 years, I think we've come quite a long way, because we're in a small corner of YouTube here, and we're really not, you know, we're frowned upon by most of society, academia. So it's not easy. There's an element of risk. There's an element of if you don't mind getting up in the morning, putting your computer on, and being called all sorts of terrible shit in the morning, which is what I get, and threats as well. If you don't mind that, and that don't bother you, and you're willing to just carry on, well, then that's awesome. But we get in all sorts of trouble being on here, showing our faces and our true names. But yeah, it is. We tried our best. We're trying our best for all of it. There's nothing in it personally. This is for the greater good. This is incredible that people are not more on board to me. But maybe they will be shortly, Gary. I feel as it gets more positive and more close, and people start to realise the way things are. You know, see things clearly. You know, we're starting to wake up to a lot of things in the last 3 years, Gary, myself too. You know, it's not been easy. But yeah, this is a good movement. This is good people, real good people in this, guy. Check the people in my chat feed. Honest to God, they're just so fucking cool, really clever people. Every one of them. I'm really lucky like that. So
the question is,
you don't understand it all like that out there as well, guy. They're out there as well. They're out there.
Are most of them that are in the UK coming to the convention? Yeah, that's a question to your audience. So, I expect this.
I got a few. David, who lives in Newport, Lisa Davis is in Swansea. She's going to come through.
That Flat Earth Dave? Yeah, I remember the.
You mentioned me. I'm in Cardiff. Yeah, I'm married.
I'm trying to think. Did Flat Earth Dave go to Leamington Spa as well?
Yeah, he took me.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, Dave's fine. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy, all right. Yeah, he's in chat now. So he's gonna go. He's giving I think Lisa or something. There's a carload of them going. I'm gonna try and persuade Mary, who lives close to me, to go. But yeah. There'd be quite a few of the British peeps going.
Can I just say to you though, Martin, I'm looking forward to the convention for many reasons, but at the same time, and this is what I was trying to say to somebody yesterday, it's a unique experience for me because I'm not only helping with Dee Dee and I, we're actually putting it together and we're responsible for it. And like, for instance, I won't mention the speaker's name because it's not fair that I actually say it, but he's really worried. He's like, oh my God, I've got to stand up. I won't say who it is, but he's not used to doing it, yeah? And I said, what about me? I've not only got to get up there and I've got to do my presentation and also link all the different things and set it up.
You'd be all right.
If Pascal didn't have a problem with, that building needs sorting, or there's somebody just spilt something on the carpet and sorry, you're going to have to pay. I've got so much. Honestly, I had hair 6 months ago about this event, and it's falling out. It's literally falling out in bucket loads.
It would have got great.
But the thing is, though, Martin, it's like getting to know you. I didn't know you 6 months ago. I didn't know Nathan. I didn't know even Antonio, had to hang out with him the other night. Patricia, I messaged her, but I haven't really contacted her properly. Mark Sargent, John the Morgul, you name it. But the thing is, this is the bit that is really powerful for me. I've really met some really, really nice people, and I've got close to a few that I'm really, really close to. But what's happening is, as I'm getting to know these people, like the speakers and the core team that are helping, and people that are contacting us wanting a ticket, and I'll get to know them. Not all of them. I don't actually engage with every single one because we haven't got time. But what's going to happen is I'm actually going to meet of people that think the same way as me. and I don't even really know them, but we're connected. The minute I walk into that event,
wow.
next day the people are coming in. All of a sudden, everyone's coming in with smiles. I'm connected to these people in a positive way, and I've not ever met them before, and it's already going to have a magical feel about it.
Magic, mate. So, it's magical here.
And I know that I have been knocked for putting the convention on, and I understand to a point why they're doing it, but they have got their eyes shut, in my opinion. But I think this is going to be a powerful, because Dee Dee, when she came back from America, she said that the event, the actual presentations were one thing, but the actual bits in between where they were networking and just getting to each other, she said it was at the highlight of the whole trip.
Really? I would love to have gone.
To say she's a 30-year-old or 31 now. She got off her backside, booked a ticket, went to America to sit down for 3 days to enjoy the event. And there's not many girls that would do that from Europe.
Flat earthers women too. The flat earther women.
So I take my hat off to her for doing that. But what she came back with is powerful, because it's taught me about. Because the thing is, what I've said to people, Martin, is we're not just literally putting on a convention where the speakers are going to speak. It's the bit where people talk, they network, they get together. You can have 270 people in a room for a couple of days. But then it's what the legacy is when they go away. For instance, the likes of Dee and somebody else down the West Country will all of a sudden start chatting, and they start talking about doing little hangouts, and they're going to do little experiments. So all of a sudden, next year, maybe they're bringing to the table something that wouldn't have happened if this event hadn't happened. So it's like a domino effect.
Always happens.
It's a very powerful potential. But the thing is, this is the thing that I don't know if I said it to you, Martin, but the way I look at it is this question and answers thing that I obviously very keen to have. If say a group of people turn up and you say you're on stage and nobody asks you a question, these people then, if they do that throughout all the speakers, how can they then go home and moan that the event wasn't that good? Because it's up to them to put in effort as well. So it's down to.
I'm quite entertaining, you will find, Gary. Okay, I'm quite entertaining.
Yeah, but I'm expecting it, because don't forget, if we do the Saturday evening thing, we're going to have a few people playing the guitar and Darren Nesbit singing and whatever.
Darren's brilliant on the guitar. I hope he sings his song. Oh, you will, of course you will.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're apparently going to do comedy, but I've actually heard the other day that Landucci can play the guitar. So
brilliant.
We could end up, yeah. So what I'm thinking, if we can get Dave Gilmore there and we can get Roger Waters, they may be able to learn a few things. Now, we could probably teach them a few chords. Yeah, what do you reckon? So I'll get Dave, you get Roger.
Yeah, man, I'll get on to Roger, because he is Welsh, and I probably try. I did try and contact Johnny Rotten.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on his Facebook. I said, Johnny, I can't believe what you're doing. Because basically he sold out to the man, haven't he, after all what he done. But he played the government dialectic. He's at number one with God Save the Queen, she's no human being, exactly the same time as the Silver Jubilee. The perfect Hegelian dialectic. So he's working for the government. He's a social engineer from Tavistock. So I approached him. I was like, so you don't know the Earth's flat then, Johnny, do you? But obviously ignored.
I tried to...
Johnny Rotten was a legend to me in my youth, and I really sort of would like to reach through to him and get him to wake up and be the man that we all wanted him to be, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he's not. He's disappointing.
The question is, how many people out there that are well known want to do something, but they can't? But
a lot of them, but the ones that do step out and they'll intercode into their songs, so that their masters who write their lyrics won't spot it. They'll alter them. Can I put my thing in? And they'll try and code it. And on record covers, everything's interlaced. So they do try and give you code. They do try and tell you, but the controllers, it's all completely controlled. Record covers, everything, the music, the lyrics. Nirvana don't write their own music. They were basically given their music to socially engineer million upon millions and millions of people, which is what happens. Anybody that's got an influence in the paradigm of society works for them. Fact. If you're outside of it, you're just not going to have
Did you listen on the Hangout the other day when, I can't think who it was, I think it was Harry, was saying about that he thinks it's all to do with money. And I don't agree with that. I actually think it's all to do with control, because if you got the control, then everything, slavery and money, comes under that umbrella. And he was talking about education as well. And again, I don't agree, because if they have the control, everything. It's like, for instance, my mantra is I want to be healthy and I want to have choice. If I have those two things, everything else slots in. So if, for instance, you're massively in love, but you're arthritic, or you're like Stephen Hawking, for instance, what's the point of being massively in love if you can't enjoy it?
Torture.
So you need that choice, and you need to have that the health. If you have those two, everything else happens. And that's why when I say about the system is all to do with control, because if they got the control, they control the money, they control the education, they control the slavery. And let's face it, we're all slaves to the system.
I go a little deeper. I think it's spiritual. I think that's basically parasitical by nature, evil by nature, and they're basically like energy vampires. They want everyone on a lower vibrational state so that they can vampire off of our positive energy. And this is how they operate. And I believe that it's our psyche. I believe our psyche in our mind, that it's not our friends that will fuck us over all day long, yet it's in our mind, our subconscious. It's not our friend. So I believe this is attached to this parasitical entities. I think it's external. I got reason to believe it's external causation, and I believe this is a spiritual attack. I believe it's dark forces. I know it sounds nuts, but I got enough proof in this life that this exists. I believe there's a deeper thing going on. I think it's a spiritual takeover, as well as control of the education system, telling us we're living on a ball and everything else that happens. The whole population in fear, and they have half starving, by the way. Let's not forget starving. Like half the world's population has nothing. So how can we even weigh that up? How do we balance that in our minds? That half the world got everything, chucks a burger over its shoulder, and the other half has nothing. I can't balance that in my mind. That's like my head caves in at the thought. It really does. So I think by waking up everybody, then that would be able to be combated, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
No, definitely. Did you see on my timeline the other day, and if you haven't, maybe pop in there and check it, there's actually a video that was released the other day, or well, I saw it the other day, I don't know if it was released the other day, and you got top half of the video is actually these people, it look like they're in America, throwing food around, and then in the bottom half, you got these Sudanese children picking little like peas and bits and pieces out the ground to try and eat. And you watch the two videos coincide, and it's sickening because you got this waste where people don't have a clue that there's some people in this world, they don't even know where their next meal is coming from.
Every teenager should be taken to the third world just to open their eyes. I've seen the third world. I know what it is. It's alarming to your psyche. It is. You come back, you're like, oh God, how lucky I am. I live in paradise. Honestly, the West is paradise compared to these places. They are so unsafe, unclean, deadly. There's disease and crime. It's just the whole society is terrible. You think it's the people? No, it's not the people. That's how they've been engineered to respond. So they were a rich fabric society in Africa, Gary. They had palaces, all of it. They were a very complex society, and they got destroyed. The whole of their culture got basically buried, so it didn't even exist. It's there in the medieval world. It's not there now. Now there's just undeveloped nothing. In the third world, they haven't had nothing. But it's the opposite. They basically turned them to that. This Western democracy, this Western powers. They've done it to India. They've done it to India in a terrible, terrible way, killing a million. So to get them to join the lovely empire in 1812, you wouldn't have even seen a beggar on the streets, Gary. They had no poverty. It was a beautiful society. So do you know how they managed to suppress India? Well, they made a plan to basically take over the education system, to re-educate the kids away from their indigenous cultures, which is their religion, the Vedic scriptures, and get them into Western thinking. Within one generation, they were completely enslaved. Hence the Black Hole of Calcutta and the chains and the like. It's the suppression of what they've been doing to humanity, and they do a thing called the pruning of the countries as well. Every 150 years or so, where they cut down surplus population, they use wars. We had one 100 years ago this year. The Great War ended in 1918. 1 million people on this little tiny island were sent to their death. 1 million on a little tiny island like this. So they prune. You have no choice. If you don't go, they will lock you up or call you a conscious objector, and you will be in prison or called a coward. So you have no choice to go and do this. And they can do this, and they will do this. You are not free. This is what they do to you. So how can people balance that in their psyche, because I can't. Okay, I don't want to go and fight other people in a trench system and be murdered in a war. That's just ridiculous. But they might make people do that in the very near future, you know, Gary. It is on the cards. They have called up people before, you know, 65 years ago this happened. So it's not beyond the bounds of possibility. So people should just, if we wake everyone up en masse, all of these things will not even be an issue, especially government dialectics at play, and they are heating up. They're heating up. They're introducing stupid shit like IA messiahs. If anyone can't see through that dialectic, we're in real trouble. We can't rely on that. We need to rely on people, real people, not nothing else but real people, or we will be in real trouble, because that is deadly.
But
anyone has seen it.
Can I just say, Martin, if you think that, or not that if you think, but, you know, do you think that maybe the authorities are knowing that this is going to get out, but they're actually not allowing this as such much, but they want it to go out organically, where it's growing and growing and growing, but it's slow enough that there's not going to be a pandemic, you know, there's not going to be a, chaos, really. If you think about it, if we found out the proof, if you and I found out the proof tomorrow is just literally is out there and the whole of society sees it, you and I are not going to be shocked. We may be shocked that it's out, but we won't be shocked about the information because we've been living for the last few years. They, you know, I don't know. The thing is, it's like when somebody says, "Oh, he's an agent, he's a shill," but is it just easy to say they're an agent, they're a shill? Because it's just so. I don't know. It's almost like I may be going around in circles a little bit here, but it's like
okay, you.
I wonder the people that are actually in authority, so-called authority, shitting themselves. Are they actually thinking it's working quite well? Is it, and this is the big one, or not a big one, but a potential big one, is it that we're, forgive me for everyone because I'm a flat earther, but let's say that we're deluded about the flat earth, but it's taken the focus off something else that is the real big question.
Yeah, personally, no.
And I think because we've got to have an open mind and open eyes, we at least have to consider it.
I don't miss the trick, and that's not just flat earth, so that's wrong. And most flat earthers got their eye on all balls. What's going on? I'm telling you, no, that's not. They say that it covers the more important things going on, but I don't believe it does. We focus on them more, analyze them more. You know, not just flat earth, 9/11, all the hoaxes, everything, you name it. We analyze them all. To find out what's going on. So. But yeah, I see what you mean. I just think the way the mainstream responded, because after the last conference, suddenly they all came from everywhere. Everyone was on radio shows, television shows. Mark was on the British television, and then boom, dead. And then you had a couple of stars coming out, like Freddie Flintoff come out a little bit, tested the water, and then Brian Cockler's cock come out, and actually speaking to the flat earthers. Stammering, ridiculous, you're all retards, getting angry. So he's been told to speak to us, okay, or to weigh in, as they so say in the papers, even though he was idiotic. So I think that they're panicking. I think because they would not really be able to fathom people like the likes of me, and they wouldn't be able to send a psychologist to try and pinpoint my mind by psychoanalyzing me to try and work out how I may respond to some certain circumstances, because I am particularly a person of spontaneity. I'm spiritually driven. I don't even know what I'm going to do next, so that'd be impossible for them to do. And there's other people like me. So we're not going to be really easy to be, held down in this. So there's many people in the flat earth like that. There is. So I think that's their Achilles heel. I think that it was definitely made to come out. Once the cat's out of the bag, you can't put it back in. It came out in 2015. Once it was out, it was never going back in. The information was too juicy. Mark's clues, Eric's 200 proofs, all of it was undeniable, juicy, shit hot stuff that changed all of our lives. Wrong? No. So 3 years down the road, we've been through everything you can imagine, but most of it is drama, because we've all been running around in a dark room not knowing where we are. It's been a lot of trouble. But now I feel that we've moved beyond that. I think this is a good year for the flat earthers. I think we're getting mature in our flat earth. I picked that up on that Jamie's show the other night, how much flat earthers had matured in this. we know how it works. It's like a game, isn't it? So we know how YouTube works. We know pretty much how it all works. So it's complicated, but we've come a long way. So I think we're in good stead. Gary, I think we're in good stead for the new year. Honestly. Are you still there, brother? I'm going to check my chat stream, see if there's actually any people there. Hi, guys. Are you there? Anyone there? 158 people, surely, yeah? Hi, guys. Leslie, welcome. I think Gary might come back in a minute. I don't know where he's gone, but his broadband was excellent tonight, wouldn't you say, guys? Yeah. So, I doubt whether I'll be doing any presentation. Sonia, hello, darling. Oh, you see, but you are so small when you think about the universe. Well, laterally thinking you're on about, Sonia, it's pretty big. Up there, no, we don't know. It could be projectional. We know, lovely. We don't know. It's too far. It's too indeterminable. And they can't go up there, and we can't go up there. So, do what I do. Deny the sky. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at some questions. Yada, what's happening, bruv? Paul Hawkeye, yeah, awesome little message. He sent me a video saying, and it was about the Antichrist kicking back this year, making basically a return, and it possibly being William, as in Prince William. But they give you like this little part in there about Wales, and they showed you the Welsh dragon and the Welsh thing, and said like basically the dragon was representative of the Antichrist, and it's on basically all of these things out of the Revelations, the seven-headed Hydra, the seven crowns, are all on Prince Charles's coat of arms, and they are true. So really spooky. Thanks for passing me that. Really spooky thing. Conan 68 or Conana, yeah, Jazz Soldier. Ronnie Berwick, the Antichrist, exactly. Yeah, well, he's in shit street then, Ronnie Berwick. You all right there, dear? I'm just gonna. Ooh, you're not really, are you? Where are you going anyway, love? I'm online in a minute. I can't shoot off. You right there? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, mate. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, brother. I just saying hi. I've got chat feeds here full of lovely people. All come to see us. So please share out this and thumbs up if you like. I'll come back and visit you. Or hi, Nick Bishop, and all of you when Gary, because he's going to be going off to another show, I believe. Isn't that right, Gary? At some time.
Yeah, I'll go in a sec.
Yeah, and I'll be.
Can I ask, Martin? Is there anyone in the chat? Anyone in the chat who's got any questions about the convention or anything in general?
Sure. Yeah, that would be excellent. Thank you for that. Okay, guys, if you want to ask Gary any questions concerning the conference, can you please write them in capital letters, and I'll read them to Gary. That would be so kind. Any questions you got concerning the conference? 3 months. Hey, Astro. Thanks. Nice hangout. Hey, Moxie. Yeah, good links. Any good juicy stuff, send them to me, because I got stuff that was absolutely amazing sent to me today. Honest to God, the things that are sent my way, Gary, you would not believe. Really? Absolutely mind-blowing. Oh, honest to God, I'm in the middle of something here with my subscribers. I don't know if you're aware, but we're doing this unfolding research thing we all do together, where they send me all the stuff. I go through it, I present, and it's a combination of finding out the past is bullshit through art, Middle Ages art, Middle Ages maps, Middle Ages texts, and we go through them all together, and other people send them to me, and we get answers, and it is mind-blowing. Last night, I found Tesla towers with made of porcelain, and they are made of porcelain because it says porcelain arrows at them, giant towers in Nanking, in China, in 1733, but they would have been built in the late 1600s. Tesla towers producing electricity 200 or 300 years before it arrived, 200 years before it arrived officially. And I have at least 20, 30, maybe 40 evidences for electricity being used before. And not only that, movies before they told us, photographs a long time before they told us. I'm not joking, guys. Nothing is what you thought it was. And it's not just whimsical, it's overpowering evidence to support it. It's all part of this. The the heliocentrism is coupled. All of these texts I'm going through, they show you a process of where they indoctrinated people with this globe, and people don't want it. They're like, you literally in these images see people going, or look at them going off as if to say no, and they show you where they got maps, and they're showing them, and they're going no. And this is in this one book in particular, the only thing you can say it's called is a globe brainwashing book from the 1600s. When this shit started, it's not 500 years in the making. Copernicus, all of the Renaissance is a cover story for something else. It's bullshit. I can prove it. That is a print I made today. I made a few hundred. The movies, yeah, in 1500. There you are. Nothing's what you think, yeah? Nothing.
Yeah.
So, what have you got planned for this evening? You've got to go to Nathan's show, is that right? Have you got some announcements and stuff?
No. I'm not going on there to actually do a hangout. Even though I have asked Nathan if we could, Didi and I can do a hangout, because we just want to do like a catch up on the previous. Yeah. But no, it was actually the listening, because I believe there's a big reveal taking place.
There is. Yeah. Lactative.
Yeah, but do you? But before I go, because obviously I'll let you get on with what you've got to do. But I know that you've got, just to see if there's any questions that come in first. But I was on the hangout earlier with FE Core, because I don't know if you know or not that we're going to try and do the Balaton laser test, which is 67 kilometers next month. Sorry,
I have seen it. Yeah.
No. We're actually talking. We're actually doing the hangouts in preparation for it.
Okay.
Next month. But Sandor was saying that he was talking to the hotel owner, and this is what I heard tonight, and it's really instant to find. And he was saying that he was a flat earther, and what we're obviously going to aim to do next month. And the hotel guy was actually saying that he often sees across the lake. So you got to bear in mind, 67 kilometres is about.
Yeah, no, it's killer. Yeah, I got a good question here for you, Gary. Good question for you. From a Timothy Bourbon. He says, Will there be a live presentation for the convention for those who can't make it?
Yes, live streaming.
Exactly. It's on the web now, isn't it?
Yes.
Exactly.
Which is £20. Yeah, £20. But you got to bear in mind that even like Antonio came up with an idea about, could we not put it onto YouTube for free? The issue is it's costing $3,800. So how can I? So,
I watched most of the American one.
I did.
All of them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So £20. And what I've done is I've chosen £20 because I felt that if it was much more than that, then the people that haven't gone either because of distance or because of the cost would. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make it attractive to everyone, because the way I look at it is I don't want to. It's not to try and make money.
Well, I think it would be available on the web now that wouldn't be available on the normal presentations to make it more available. More attractive.
Well, the attractiveness, I suppose, is the fact that you haven't got prime example. I was talking to somebody today about coming from Holland, and we worked out that with him paying for the ticket, paying for the hotel, and paying for his flight or ferry or whatever, we estimate that including his food, you'll be looking at about €600, which is about £500 for the weekend. So you've either got £500 from Europe, coming from Europe, or you've got £20 if you pay for it on the live streaming. The issue is, Martin, you know yourself that if you take the money to one side and people are willing to, it's almost like a vacation, that's the spending time together. And you see the presentations live is one thing, working in between is the powerful thing. So it's like all things. Everything has a price. Either you have to pay the price in time, or you have to pay the price in like, for instance, I'm paying the price that I've put in 500 hours to try and set up this convention with, and then now obviously Didi's involved as well. The amount of work behind the scenes is incredible. And it's to the point that if it ends up losing money, and it's very successful, but it loses money, and it's taken up a lot of my time, which means my business is suffering, and also I'm being knocked for ripping people off, but I end up losing, say, £4,000. Then you just think, well, this is just a farce. And would I bother to do another event? And I will say that I will put my heart, like you said the other day on the hangout, that you'll sweat blood for Flat Earth. I'm basically doing the same thing, and I've been in it 2.5 years, but I've only been active, really. Well, I say active, getting more involved in it since probably March of this year. And in May, I decided to do a convention, which is suicide. It's daft, but it just felt like the right thing to do. And all I say to you, I've been on a bit of a roller coaster journey. I wouldn't change anything. I would do it what I've done, but it's bloody hard work, and people have no idea.
But by the end of it, you'll have a lot of experience in this. Think about it. All of the stuff that happened before, the build up. Echoing a bit. Sorry, just probably the distraction.
Okay. So should I go in a sec though, so you can get on with the rest of your show? Because I don't want
to. I will be basically just having a chat to him for a little bit. I will be rounding it off shortly. This thing ends at 11 anyway, because I only put it on for 2 hours. And I'll be coming over and probably having a look what's going on and around on the scene. But I need to just recap from people. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but if anyone has any questions that come in after this, Martin, just write to me and let me know, and I'll answer as best I can.
Okay, well, anybody needs any questions or any advice on the conference at martinliedtke7@gmail.com. I'll put that email in the descriptions box, and also all of the details for all of the for the conference. Got a YouTube channel and its website. Okay, guys, in the descriptions box below this video. All hail GeoShifter, all hail. I'm Larry Sibbs. Thank you, Larry. I'm Dan.
Right, Martin. It was lovely to catch up with you on here, and obviously I'll probably see you next Friday.
Yeah, can't wait.
Excellent. Okay,
right,
okay. Thanks everyone. It was lovely. It's lovely to hang out. No.
All right, thanks, brother. Thanks for coming.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Cheers, brother. So, peeps, thank you for coming by. I'm going to try and just sort my mother out 2 seconds because I don't know what she's up to. And then I'm going to talk to you. Right, what do you need, love? There. Stay there, guys. Don't go. Don't go. Right then, guys. Oh, that was nice. Hi, Mark. I watched your video last night, Mark, about Vernon von Braun. Really informative. I really enjoyed that. It was one of the best videos of last night. Hey, Lynn Mowat. No, mate, I don't touch comments. They were if you put a link, they go into to be approved, because I got to do that because people stick silly shit on my comments. Like, you click them and there's like, you know, a fucking porn thing or something. So I got to be careful. Rebecca, Mavi. Mavi. Indeed, great, indeed. So how goes it, Dan? Lovely day today in Britain it was. Kimmy Spreadborough. Listen, guys, I'm going to be calling meets now any day soon. Spring is coming, and we need to gather ourselves together for the up-and-coming season, really. I'm in Manchester next Wednesday, Friday. No, Birmingham, actually, next Wednesday. No, Friday. I've got to meet Gary and Dozy Darker, so I don't know if it'd be okay to call it a little meet if anyone's in the West Midlands. I'm not going to be there all day, but I suppose it might be all right. See what happens. See what happens. What you think, guys? Tell me what you think. Now, while I got your attention, I want to just juggle a few things with you guys. What I've been thinking about. Hi from Germany. France, stick around. You may enjoy this little bit coming next. Now, I'm going to move on. Nothing to do with conventions, to do with what I'm doing or my hypothesis is. But I discovered something this morning. I want to hit you up with it concerning something that I was looking into, and I thought I recognize that. What is it? And I'll show you and explain right now, guys. It's a bit difficult to explain without showing you the pictures. Okay, but we're going to show you this first. Now, this was passed to me last night from Philip Drasinin from Russia, who gets awesome stuff. And what I'm saying is there's been a date switch, okay, the Juliana to the Gregorian calendar, but outside of that it goes deeper, and we had later switches with the GMT, the official British railway time, and now we're on a quantum clock, apparently on a plane going round counting milliseconds that don't really exist, because time is the construct. Now I'm going to show you what Philip passed me. it's good little evidence for what I propose. What you're looking at here is Pope Gregory, the 8th, and it says here I-585. Okay, I'm not sure about the I and the O here. This dies 29, don't know. But yes, it's got an I, so that's an I, isn't it? So that's 585, because that's not a 1, because it's an I. Also here, you can see it, I-572. So this is just before it. These are the culprits, by the way, to it all. Now, we're going to just, I'm going to run through a couple of pictures with you guys. Stick around for 10 minutes, and it might get interesting. Nothing too brain mashing. I'm keeping that for tomorrow. But maybe actually, like Nero in Victorian clothes. What's going on? I don't know. Now, I am a real big fan. Actually, I'm going to come back to show you this because it might be better if I come back. Now, I'm a big fan of... Stay there, guys. Stay there. Of this, right? Now, I downloaded these today, and I've been on a mad... Don't go. A mad laminating binge. So... Okay, the one that drives the machine, guys, QCs, okay, QCs. Holy fucking shit, they landed on the moon. Electricity being used on a lighthouse in the first lighthouse erected on Eddystone Rocks, the Eternal Padawan Eddystone Lighthouse, right? The first one built by Winstanley in 1698, and it was blown down in a hurricane in 1700, and it's got electric. Yesterday, I show you, if you look on my blog yesterday, I know it's an hour long, but at the end, I show you my latest 1733 atlas from Nanking in China, and it will show you porcelain. It says porcelain Tesla towers. So it's not decoration. These are electrical devices. These are electrical production devices, guys. Hundreds of years before they told us. Now bear with me, more to come. Now this artist sees visions. And this is what his visions are. They're giant silver rooms, okay, like camps, like FEMA camps, like this. Now this is like the Docklands, but these are cubicles with families in them. And they fill up all the Docklands of all the countries in some future in these giant rooms that this guy sees. It's really intriguing. I don't know what's going on, but this guy sees these. Now, I've done some nice Pyrenees. Bear with me on this. If you follow my channel, you may find it interesting. Thank you, Square. You subscribed. I love you. The Sphinx. Okay, the Sphinx. It's the same size as a human being. So it's not, is it? This is somewhere else, I believe. I believe these pyramids are somewhere else. Now, Tree of Life, possibly. Now, this one, mind blew my mother earlier when I showed her. Now, in St. Petersburg, this city shouldn't be there. They say it was built by Peter the Great in the mid-1700s. Unfortunately, Peter the Great himself lived in a log cabin. Yet, he built the Hermitage, the Winter Palace, all these unbelievable statues and giant pillars up in the air that you can't build or machine today. And this. No, that is carved from stone. How can you carve rope from stone? And when you get down onto the detail, you can even see the strands in the rope. This thing's a lot bigger, and it's made of marble, and you can't dent it. And this is in the age when they're using crappy copper chisels, okay, or iron, soft iron brass, the very best, but not what we got today. See, Industrial Revolution. Pretty mind-blowing, isn't it? So I showed you this off Lee. Thank you, Lee, in chat. He sent me this yesterday, day before. Titan. Evidence for the civilization that went before us going into the mud. Now, as I say, I believe we're in a 1,000-year reset. I believe that all sciences, not all, because people invent, are sat on and introduced to us, and we are socially engineered, and nothing is what you think it is. This is obviously the Nuremberg electricity being used, and the people in there have got Faraday jackets on because they've been using electricity in the 1600s. This one is a mindfuck. The monument of the year 2000. Now, this was built apparently in the 1800s. Get your head around it. These are people. This is a city. And that is a boulder. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Things are going to get weirder. Hope you're all enjoying your Wednesday night anyway, guys. Sometimes Wednesdays are a real drag, but not in fact of British land. No, this is trippy. They told us we were on a spinning bob, but there's a model, people can say, that is an enclosed model, as in an enclosed system. Okay? Now, I want to show you a picture now, right? Fucking nuts, this guy who does these pictures. But let's try and decode it. Now, what you've got is a cupboard, and these are humans. And the houses are stacked up, and they have a black ball and the sun shining, so they have an artificial environment, and that is their world, and they don't know. Just like the village, just like people thought they were on a spinning ball. And there's an overseer watching everything. But have a look at the overseer. He's got a funny shaped head, hasn't he? Don't know. Now, this is an artist that I found, guys, right, from the late 1700s, and this is what he paints, right? This, if these things existed, I don't know, but check this out, guys. That's a globe, right, inside of a giant building. These are people. 1700s. So they haven't seen the ball. It's exactly looking like the one the NASA show you. 1700s, guys. 1700s. That's why I printed it out. I had to show you. Check the size. And it's on a pivot. So it spins. Late 1700s, guys. Well, that's just an incredible artwork. I'm going to go through though. Hang on. Piranesi, the civilization that went before us. Now I'm getting to somewhere with Piranesi right now. Now, Piranesi, beautiful as he is. I'm going to move on. I read you my Desiderata, didn't I? As I said, movies. Hopefully, in the Dark Ages or the Middle Ages. Now, I want you to look at this, guys. I want to show you something, and I want to. It's a sort of discovery. I might be completely wrong, but stick with me, guys. Right now, this is a etching by an artist called Giovanni Piranesi, who painted the civilization blitzed. Okay, in the mid 1700s, but he painted these. Okay, or etched them, and I thought they looked like circuit boards. I thought they look familiar, and it's been bugging me. And now I know where I've seen them, and I'm going to show you. So they're incredibly detailed plans for a future or a type of Rome that never really existed. Ultra realistic, futuristic in the mid 1700s. I'll show you again because I want to show you something now online. So I thought, I know that. I don't know where from, but I know that. And I went digging. And you know what I'm like? And this come up. I thought, well. Now, in World War II, Adolf Hitler had a vision of building a city called Germania. He would have the Vice Chancellery was built. It was part of Germania. Other little bits. The tower or the dome was going to be the biggest dome on earth. Okay, and the plan for Germania was made. He had a model. I'll show it you now, and it was basically made by the architect Albert Speer. The guy who got off at the Nuremberg trials was a slap on the wrist and ends up on Michael Parkinson's British television chat show by the 1970s. I shit you not. Albert Speer, architect for Germania. So, Piranesi and Germania. No, the only way I can look at this, because they're identical, is Adolf Hitler had the Piranesi picture and he was going to build it. Or it's a plan to this ancient civilization that just went before us that got smashed, that was highly advanced, that he was bringing back. I'll show you now. It's compelling evidence, I think, anyway. So let's just have a look at Germania and see what we think. Now, it's identical. Now, there's Germania, the plan for, and this is the Piranesi. That's the Piranesi. That's Germania. Very, very, very close. Now, why would a guy from the 1750s even conceive these is beyond me? So I think there might be a clue. I've got a couple of more cool things to show you there, guys, if you stick around. So Germania, designed by Albert Speer. They built a model of it, and I got a feeling that when you look at either they got balloons when they're painting towns in the Middle Ages, like I'll show you shortly, or they're building models of them before they build them, like this one, because there it is. This was going to be the biggest dome on Earth, very flat earthy, because it's a dome. And then, of course, World War II happens and the whole lot gets smashed to shit. But up and running a little time later, no problemo. So, Germania, the work of Albert Speer, the architect. Little bits got built, but it's, what's this? The Paragon Museum, Zeus Altar, 1900-1930, situated Museum Ireland, awarded UNESCO heritage status in 1999. Well, this actually exists. It's the model. Well, this is identical to Piranesi, guys. That's part of it. Check this. It's just too close. I don't think they was trying to rebuild this gone civilization of Piranesi. They're just identical. It's just beyond identical. They're just the same. He's got the same. Look. So why is Piranesi making painting Germania? Holy shit! That's the same one. Okay. So yeah, I thought that was an interesting discovery, finding out the Piranesi. But like they look at this, that never arrived. Germania, Berlin, they were going to do. Exposition, 1937 International Paris. Oh no, that's the exposition. Okay. Well, if you watch my channel, you know that I look into the exposition. Check that for the dome, guys. Woohoo! Bigger than St. Peter's Basilica, but it was never made. No, obviously. And there's the dome, what the White House Capitol building. Now, what people like New Earth would say is the bottom bit you'll see there was already there in the mud because it's made of completely different masonry, and it needs little maintenance apparently. The upper bit you will see in photographs during the American Civil War in the 1860s, where you see it actually being built. It's made from inferior quality stone and not the same as the stuff below, and needs constant maintenance. You will always see the Capitol building's dome in repair. Always. It's very reminiscent of the that went before, this civilization that Germania. But identical to Piranesi. Wow. Anyway, we'll move on. This was passed to me by a sub yesterday, Steve. It's basically a camp from, if you follow my vlogs, I showed you the real, actually New Madrid event, which was the most giant event ever to happen in like the history of America. Whereas in 2000 earthquakes hit in 1811 through to March 1812. Basically, the Mississippi ran upriver, changed direction, and this is the camp after. I can't blow it up. It's on Google Images, but there's a pyramid in the background, and this is in Missouri. It's a pyramid. There's a building on top. It's a pyramid. It is a pyramid. Anybody need that photo? Just give me a bell. Now, I done a vlog yesterday on this. It got a lot of people looking at it, but these hit Missouri, and this is exactly what we're looking for. You will always find these two pitted holes. This is liquefaction caused by electrical arcing, and it happens. This is in the new. Why do I say New Madrid? Yeah, it is New Madrid area. You can literally see the mud flood in the strata. They explain to you when you read about it. And this is a petrified tree trunk from the occasion. Petrified. Now, I've looked at this on Google Earth, guys. There's a lake there called Bottlewee Lake or something, and it is completely scarred with electrical arcing. Whatever this event was, Americans are coming to me, guys, and saying they don't know. They've never heard of it. They're saying they don't know anything about it. See if there's anything else that I can show you. No, I'm going to come back, guys. Oh, no. Let's just have a look at this. This come my way. Now, we've been through this before on my channel. This is a chronicle of the Nuremberg, a Dutch chronicle, and it will give you someone who's gone off on a tour around Europe documenting. The weird thing is, Nero's in here, and he ain't like no mean Roman. He's a mean guy from the Middle Ages, because Rome is a cover story. They were in the Middle Ages. Okay, there it is. Let's get through, see if there's anything worth looking at. It's old. It's from the 1600s. Any dates? So it's some beautiful illustrations that show you weird stuff, like really weird. Right, let's get it on. Oh, I gotta go through. Damn. Okay. I won't give you very long, guys, if you are bored or anything. But I would watch this if I were you a minute, because it gets a bit weird. I don't know what's going on. So this sort of portrays a more accurate history. It doesn't really go with the official narratives. It's a documented history of advanced Europe, and it documents the events of the Middle Ages outside of official narratives. It brings Rome closer, because Nero's in here, looking like a funky guy from the Middle Ages. It's sort of a reset book, if you like, but they've had a couple or more where they alter the dates. So you don't really know where you are. I'll give you an example. People forget, right? And they'll use this against you. A year ago on the television, they were showing you butter mountains in Wiltshire, saying, oh, shit. Well, all this is accumulated. What are we going to do with it all? Oh, for fuck's sake. Let me move on a bit. And what are we going to do with it all? There's too much of it. So basically what happens is... Oh, awesome. What happens is... I go to the shop today and butter has gone up from £1 to £1.65 since Christmas. So that's a bit of a big jump on the old percentages. Now, let's have a look what's going on in this crazy world that's just gone past. So there he is, papal, was that purple? Yeah, papal purple. He's got his hand on a scepter, because it's a crown. And what date have we got? We got 832, guys, okay? Yeah, 832. Welcome to the real history, guys. The real history. We'll just go through a few pages. I won't keep it for long, but it is exciting. I'll give you a link in the descriptions box for medieval books to show you spooky shit going down and basically existence of a parasitical force taking over the plane. So what looks like that in the Middle Ages? When you're looking out of a ship's porthole, weird. What about that? 1700s? Late 1600s. This is an incredible book. Incredible. I don't know what's going on. I think they're wormholes. But what is this? We spy in the middle. So we got a sun and a moon going around, and there's the earthly plane, underneath in the middle, and it's a circular one, so obviously, because it's not a bloody ball. And it's not a ball on here either, because it's not a ball. You see? It's not a ball. It's plain. And the sun and the moon go around it. Showing you here. And the stars. They're on the outside, guys, in the firmament. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome. Awesome. They knew, guys. They knew. Just like Tommy Lee Jones said, everybody knew the earth was flat before these evil fucks came in with their heavy end brainwashing and control of all the brains in the schools. So what we got here? A partridge in a pear tree. It's got fish. A owl eating a mouse. Oh. But, you know, what's that got to do with the price of butter? I never know. Sorry. Whoa, what's this? Jesus killing, not killing, curing a leper. There he was. A leper with a livelihood. And next thing you know, along comes a do-gooder. Cured. Not so much as a bio leaf. There you go again, guys. Look. Flat Earth. Flat Earth cosmology. After the Renaissance. The Renaissance is not, it's bullshit. I know it is. I just fucking know it is. That looks like Jesus and a couple of honeys, but it might not be. No, it is. It's Jesus and a couple of honeys. Okay, let's move on. Okay, what's going on here? Now Jesus is chasing. No, it's another guy chasing naked women around with a sword. He looks nothing like people look like in that day and age. But yeah, because that's what they really look like. Because the way they tell you they look like in the Middle Ages is bullshit. Or social engineering book. Alright, that looks a bit domestic. Anything with a bit of dragons or any mystical shit going down? Well, it's all mystical, isn't it? So what we got here? Ooh. Enoch, guys. Enoch and wives. Was Enoch's family tree here? Oh. Enoch and kin. Naomi there, look, guys. What's she doing? He's got a pair of tongs. Tabal Cain Gable. Fen. Fucking hell. What's going on, guys? What's going on with the Middle Ages? It's going to go trippy all of a sudden. Right, I won't keep you long, guys. I'm going to come back and see you now, because obviously there's loads happening. Oh! What's this, Daz? Why does it say Arcona? No on there. I know I've shown you before, but it's not Archon. I'm just saying, might not be. I got Latin anyway. I'll just translate it when I find another like to do it in. What we got here? Any beastie? Yay, the weight! Guys, we got a catalogue. Right, I know most of these. There's Doghead. So Christopher's a Doghead. So there are a few of them around. So we got Doghead. We got Cyclops. Doing a Masonic thing. They're called... I posted about them fucking 2 days ago. Wallabies. No, not wallabies. Something like that. But these have been documented fighting Alexander the Great, then in Wales, and they get a bow. He don't look too freaky. Oh, he do. Look at his legs. She don't look too freaky. I don't know what's the matter with her. Oh, him. He puts up his leg to shade him from the sun, because apparently it's hot at this time. And he snaps it down with kinetic energy, making like a bomb. And he can kill you with that foot too. So, whatever beasts we got. Ooh, do you think these actually existed, guys? They're very well documented. I recognise most of them. He got no nose. How does he smell? Bloody terrible. He's got a big mouth. He's not the only one. He's got big ears. He's got horns and fucking hooves. So that's probably the devil. He's trying to ride a bull. I don't know. Or a reindeer. It's Father Christmas. He's in red. Yeah. And a bloke fighting the many-headed Hydra for some reason. Fucking hell. It's trippy in the Middle Ages, guys, isn't it, guys? I wouldn't like to go out at night. Jeez. We've got a map, guy. Map page. Medieval mappage. So we got more freakazoids. Oh, Shiva, the multi-handed Krishna there. Hedgehog woman. I like hedgehog woman. Wow. What we got here? We got a map. We got a map. What's that say there? Baphomet. Oh, Ifet. No, it's no eyes. Ifet, yes. What interesting little map, guys, isn't it? Ethiopia. So that's Africa. This is the Nile. This is the Nile. This is the Mediterranean. Italy, Greece, Anglia. What's this? Scotland, Denmark, and Spain. And these islands out here that don't exist because they're not the Canaries, are they? And there's the other side. Check it out. A giant island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, which is India, I suppose. I don't know. No, it's not. Jesus, guys, what's going on with the world at this time? So India's not there. It's not connected. Caspian Sea, Persia, and India's not connected. Okay, let's go on. Wow. Trippy. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I'll give you a link to this. You can check it yourself. I've been through it many times. It's so trippy and interesting to go through. It's unreal. Everything just gets weirder. They got, like, as I said, people in history who you heard about, like Enoch, showing up. Fucking awesome. Stop sharing. Come back to see my peeps. Yay! So I got 141 of you. I retained most of your attention for that brief span since Gary went, so I'm happy about that. Let's go and shout you some of you before I shoot off. I expect it's late. It's 11 o'clock. This will be dying down soon because I only set it for 2 hours. I didn't think I'd be that long. So let's have a look at you beautiful people. Okay. Well, I hope you all enjoyed yourself. I hope you're feeling relaxed, happy. Are you there? What's happening, bruv? Good to see you, mate. Gary, fucking Cal Steinbeck, hi, bruv. Tony Colio, I like your name. Right, let's slow it down. You're all coming too quick for me, too quick. Okay, let me shout you off. While I go. Astro Thief, awesome to see you. Sweetness, Squirrel Brother, Johnny Psycho, got an awesome name. John Watson, my brother in arms for many years now. Ooh. Sorry, it's made it go blue. I fucking hate that. You know when you make it go blue? Oh, yeah, so, yeah. I've been listening to a lot of reggae lately, so just very spiritual music. And I think Bob Marley, he sings of consciousness, and it's not like Illuminati music per se. Leslie Collins, hi, Sweetness. Ben McCarthy, hi, mate. Oh, I got some. Well, if you think it's good what I put out, I'll wait to see what's coming because I tell you what, I'm warming up. This is going to get fucking really good, guys. Honest to God. Spread the word. Click subscribe if you haven't. Share the video and just keep coming back, please, because I tell you what, it's going to be happening here, guys. I shit you not. Coming in the spring, we got a convention. Hey, S735334. It's a really cool name you got there. Reality is science fiction, brother. God, you know what they said to Captain Kirk, the real one, didn't you? They said, "How do you balance science fiction and space travel?" They can't. They're both bullshit. John Watson, Steve, Ken Caribbean, Larry, Martin, where's the banker's house? I need to know where to send the missile. Well, take your fucking pick, mate. Take your pick. Take your pick, mate. Whew. What's that? Parliamentary flat. I like that. Zephyr, hi dear. Buddha to all the Welsh people. Richie B. Everything Effie. Exactly, Squirrel. London, Rome, Washington. Mate, they all look the same. They're all on the same plans. It's the same controllers. The carbon, their print is there. You can't miss them. You can't miss them. They're all trying to imitate that culture. They get their shit back out of the mud. They rebuild it, start it up. They can't harness the energies, so they try black magic. They lay foundation stones. They basically do a ritual on foundation stones where they put they use blood of animals in Eastern Europe, and they have used human beings. Do they still do that? So they do ritual black magic over a foundation stone, so setting that building in an aura of evil. They also do shadow stealing. What's that? Well, a passerby or a worker, they will get the measurements of that person and they will write it down on a piece of paper, they will wrap it up and they will put it under the stone forever. You think that's normal? It's fucking black magic, guys. They use it on us in their buildings. This is why when you go in a public building or one of those big edifices, you get that feeling, that oppressive feeling, and they put it into their buildings, guys. And they'll never imitate that society that went before us, because they were like, you know, transcendental, well sort of ascended, way beyond this bullshit. Yeah, Cornerstones riddled me this. Exactly that. Cornerstones. Look into it, mate. Look into shadow stealers. Look into shadow traders, how they started. They literally went out collecting people's shadow measurements and sold them before shadow trading on the market. I shit you not. Shadow governments is all really sinister and black magic. Thank you, Gary, for coming by. It was really awesome to see you. Thank you, mate. That was good. Little chat with Gary, wasn't it, guys? Awesome. Some good stuff talked about there. Really, Red Path. It won't let you comment. Maybe if you refresh. Sometimes it don't do it. Stephen Chairs, yay! I think we've got a weather prediction going. I was laying there this morning about 6. The moon was daylight and the moon was just so bright, shining right down on me by there. Stunning. I should take a photo to show you. Shadows, yes, shadow cabinets, yes. Look into it. It's sinister, man. There's more in it than just a shadow. There's more in shadows than just shadows, guys. What are they? All right. It's when the photons or the energy of the sun is blacked out by us and it stops. So there's no energy of the sun beyond that point. There's more in it, guys. They know it. They know it. You heard about shadow people, have you? They're in the corner of your eyes, guys. They're there. Fuck yeah, they're there. It's awesome, church, that. This is my church. This is where I heal my hurts. Anyway. I got a wicked photo of Venus. It's concentric circles. I showed everybody. I was so proud of it. I love taking photographs of stuff up there. It looks nothing like what NASA show us. They show us bullshit. Okay. Happy New Year to you all. Anyway, let's have an awesome one. I'm going to cut out now. I'm going to make my mother a cup of tea, cup of coffee, and I'm going to have one too. I'm going to have a bit of toast or something because my stomach's going. All right? Thanks for popping by, all of you, anyway. Okay? I'll be coming back tomorrow. Yay! Only smoke. Yeah, that's it, Ronnie. Beric. Fucking love you, brother. Come back tomorrow, guys. I'm going to be putting up some content tomorrow that'll make your toes curl. Okay? What's going on? Couldn't possibly say yet. But it would appear to be that they've lied about all. And we don't know where we are, when we are, or what we are. No biggie. God bless Flat Trotter. God bless Ripper. God bless Ben. Anyway, not started the key off. I'm going to cut out now. I'm going to do some shit. Night, Diddy. Gilbert. All of you. Thanks, laddie, brother. I'll catch up with you soon, maybe on the scene. Lilu. I like that name, Lilu. Keith Cheslett, thanks for coming by. Big potatoes, peeps. Yeah, nice. I had, I won't tell you what I ate earlier. Thanks for coming by, Telex. Thanks all of you. Anyway, keep an eye out. Not start the key. Peace and love. Understanding. Brave new future. All's going to be fucking awesome, guys. Be excited. Be very excited. I would be. I am. I'm always excited anyway. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the night, guys. Okay, just winging it, as always. That's all I ever do. Come back tomorrow, guys. There's stuff I need to show you, okay? It's going to be getting crazy. Anyway, don't forget to sub or like or anything. Yeah, see you soon. Be good.